Happy Monday everyone, this is Fran from It's Hope, and today's topic is this. It's from Meanwhile Somewhere. Hi, my question pertains to telling someone about your ED for the first time. What do you expect? What are the pros, cons of finally just blurting out that, yes, I have a problem. I and others want to get better, but taking that step is daunting. Please talk about experiences in taking that first step. Thanks, and great idea with this channel. Okay, so I believe that taking that first step is the first step of your recovery, because keeping the secret is part of your disease. You know, like we have this thing with food, with control, and the secret. So, and I know how hard that is, I know how hard, and I'm going to tell you what I did and how I did it. I started telling my gynecologist about it because he saw that, some things were wrong in my body, and I was losing weight, and I wasn't healthy at all. So I told him about it, and then he said that he had a good psychiatrist, who's a friend of his, so he could help me. So I set an appointment with this psychiatrist, and I told him about the things. I was so tired of being sick, it was like after 13 years of, having the ED behaviors and stuff. So I went to this doctor and I talked to him, and then he encouraged me to talk to my boyfriend at the time about it. So I told him about it, and I told some other friends. It's hard, it's really hard, because they're not going to understand what you're saying and why you're doing that. I don't know if your problem is anorexia, bulimia, ED, and OS, but they will never understand why you do that. If they have no experience with that, they're gonna say, well, if you can't eat, so just start eating, or if you purge, you just have to stop purging, but it's not that easy. And after a while that I had shared this secret with a couple of friends and my boyfriend, I decided to talk to my parents about it, because I was really, really sick. I couldn't keep anything in my stomach anymore. And my mom was seeing that I was losing weight, and I think she was suspecting that, because one day after a meal, she was in my bedroom and she could hear something from the bathroom, I think. Because, right when I left the bathroom, she was standing in my bedroom. So and then she looked at me and said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes." And then she was just like, "Please don't lose more weight, don't lose more weight. You're gonna get ugly if you do that. You're not gonna be beautiful anymore." So yeah, so then I decided to talk to them about it, and we sat together and I started talking, and I said everything at once. I said, "You know what, I have a problem. I've been dealing with this for a long time. I have anorexia behaviors, I have bulimic behaviors, I don't have food as a pleasure, and blah blah blah." And then at first they were just like, "But you were like a big eater, you eat a lot of things, and you exercise a lot, so we thought you were healthy." And I said, "Well, that's part of the disease, because I eat a lot, but I don't keep that in my stomach, and I exercise a lot because I want to burn calories, so that's not healthy at all, you need to have a balance between, like, you can't over-exercise or don't exercise at all. You need to find the balance. And at first they were really, really scared. My mom cried a lot. She cried a lot. She didn't know what to do. She thought that it was all her fault, that she was the one who made me this way, and that, You know, like, it was really hard. And, you know, just of seeing her reaction to it, you know, just of seeing that, it also helped me to get strength to fight, because I didn't want them to suffer. You know, I was suffering, but they didn't have to suffer because it was my disease and not theirs. So then I started to just try to educate them on eating disorders. You know, I had a lot of articles about it. I showed them. For my dad, it was like even more difficult to understand. But my mom was really interested in learning about it. So she was reading articles about it, and she was watching documentaries about it. And I even took her to a lecture, to a seminar about eating disorders, so she could understand a little bit more. And my dad only understood that once we started family therapy, after I went to the hospital, you know, after I fell into anorexia, you know, after I lost a lot of weight. So we started family therapy, and then my therapist made it clear to my dad that I didn't choose it for myself, you know, that it was a disease and that I was suffering from that. And I mean, it wasn't my choice. It's not something that I can't stop. Like, you know, in a blink of an eye, it's not something like that. I think there are a lot of pro things on this, you know, because once you share that secret, you're gonna have people watching you. And that might be a little bit scary for some people, because that can mean that you're not gonna have control over your disease anymore. You're not gonna have control over the food. But at the same time, it's important for someone in recovery to have people watching them, you know, looking after them, because it's hard to do it by yourself if no one is like forcing you to do anything. You need to be forced to do something. You have to let go of the control. You have to do that, and you have to be ready for that. If you really want to recover, you need to open up and talk about it. And like, if you really want to recover, you are probably ready to give up the control that you think you have. And that's not like a real control, right? That's the control that your eating disorder has over you, and not you over your eating disorder. So there are a lot of good things about that, and it's good to have someone that you can talk to when you are feeling down. You know, like, it's good to have friends. It's good to, but it's also important, as I said before, to educate those people on what an eating disorder is. You know, make it really clear why you do that, and make it clear that you can't stop. You're nothing different from a drug addict, you know. There's nothing different from that. A drug addict can't stop by himself. You also can't stop by yourself. I mean, maybe you can stop without treatment, but you need to have people giving you support and trying to understand what you go through. And, you know, sometimes I had the urge to binge and purge, but then instead of doing that, I just could call a friend that knew about the problem and talk to this person about it. And then that urge just disappeared, you know, went away. So, yeah, there is no magic formula here. You just have to go ahead and do it. You know, you have to go ahead and do it, and sit down with whoever you feel comfortable talking about it, and open up. And then little by little, you can open up for other people. Nowadays, as I've been to the hospital twice, people, like most of the people, know about my disease. So I'm an open book. I talk about it with anyone, you know. I don't hide that anymore, and I think it's really good. You know, once you don't hide it anymore, I mean, I hide the behaviors, but I don't hide the disease itself. So yeah, I'm not in denial anymore. So that's it. I hope I answered your question. If you have any other question, please let me know. If you have any other doubt, please let me know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. And yeah, keep sending your questions. Okay, have a great week. See you next Monday. Bye bye.